The bridge is back. She's alive?
I brought her back to Port Charles.
Jason promised me he wasn't gonna say anything.
If you find out something about one of my kids, you have to tell me.
I need to report a death.
The spoilers for General Hospital's September 22nd to 26th episodes are packed with twists and emotional moments. While one character receives the shock of their life, another dwells on the past, feeling guilty for their actions. Furthermore, during an emotional farewell, an unexpected guest makes an appearance. So, it is safe to say that fans are in for a treat this week. Here are all the details about this week's General Hospital episodes. Spoilers for General Hospital September 22nd to 26th episodes. General Hospital spoilers preview for what happens this week. Monday, September 22nd. Carly and Sonny receive devastating news, creating an important moment in the show for fans to see how the pair reacts. Anna gets a shock that catches her off guard. While Brooklyn has a way to deal with and manipulate everyone, Cody might prove difficult to play. Britt has been struggling with everything she has faced over the years, but she may once again encounter something unfavorable. Tuesday, September 23rd. Lulu seeks guidance and support from Tracy for her troubles. Drew, although shot, does not back down and shows determination. He issues new orders and stays focused on the job. In an interesting twist, Britt finally feels guilty for everything she has done so far. Martin receives a mysterious phone call, and Anna and Felicia take time to update each other on their lives. Wednesday, September 24th. Tracy takes a shot at her goal, though a favorable outcome seems uncertain. Brooklyn sits down with her father, Ned, for a serious father-daughter talk. Meanwhile, Trina confronts Jordan with questions that he finds hard to answer. Elsewhere, Portia visits Isaiah, and Felicia's growing concern for James could signal more trouble ahead. Thursday, September 25th. The Quartermain family and the Port Charles community come together to give an emotional farewell to Monica. Friday, September 26th. While Monica's emotional farewell continues, an unexpected guest arrives, setting the stage for the next week's episodes. It promises more drama, exactly the way fans of the show expected. Curious to know how these spoilers turn out? Tune into General Hospital this week. In a recent interview, Drew Kane actor Cameron Matheson explained the character's attempts to stop Danny Morgan from providing comfort to Scout following Monica's death in General Hospital. He also highlighted Drew's hatred of Danny's father, Jason, a contract killer. Although Jason has committed some terrible actions in the soap opera, Drew himself is no saint. The latter has done some awful things, like embarking on an affair with Willow Tate behind his nephew Michael's back and spitefully firing Nina from Crimson. So, why did Drew stop Danny from meeting Scout in General Hospital following Monica's death? Here's Cameron Matheson's explanation. Cameron Matheson explains why Drew stopped Danny from meeting Scout in General Hospital. In a recent interview, Cameron Matheson admitted his dislike for Drew's latest action, stopping Danny Morgan from meeting Scout to comfort her after Monica's death. It's so horrible, the All My Children alum told Soaps. It's just awful. Matheson explained that Drew stopped Danny from meeting Scout out of spite toward the former's father, Jason. He stressed that Drew hated Jason due to everyone's perception of him as a hero, despite the latter killing people. Jason always had the Quartermains thinking he's the golden child, the 56-year-old added. Meanwhile, he's a hitman. He kills people for a living. Matheson emphasized that Drew, who has committed a series of unsavory actions, wouldn't kill a human being. He further stated that Drew's bereavement over Monica's death, which was incredibly traumatizing for him, was the other reason he stopped Danny from meeting Scout, besides hatred for Jason. Regardless of whether or not she raised him, she called him her son, Matheson explained. He called her his mom. There was a really, really important bond there for Drew. The Sweet Revenge. A Hannah Swenson mystery actor noted that a rift formed between Drew and Monica as the former forged his own life path. That was hard on Drew, and they never got a chance to reconcile before her death. He added. Braden Bruner, who plays Emma, and Giovanni Mazza, who plays Gio, recently shared their thoughts on their characters' almost first kiss scene on General Hospital. For context, Emma and Gio entered each other's lives last year and began forming a bond through friendship. Gradually, they developed feelings for one another. On September 16th, things heated up when they got close and almost locked lips, but backed up. However, the recent development in the opera features the character finally kissed. Braden Bruner and Giovanni on what Emma and Joe's first kiss means on General Hospital. Mazza mentioned that Gio and Emma have developed feelings for one another, which they fail to acknowledge. However, earlier, during a tense moment, when they were almost in a conversation with Soap Opera Digest, Mazza said, all his impulses were there. He just didn't act on it. Explaining her thoughts on the kiss scene, Bruner said, I think Emma's attraction to Gio was sparked really early on. I think it's probably been there the whole time. Not that Gio took the back burner by any means, or that the relationship took the back burner by any means, but I think she's been so hyperfixated on taking down Dalton. Yes, there's been this push and pull between the characters, but I don't think it necessarily clicked until quite recently. She mentioned that it was the fear of losing a friend in Gio that made her back off from the kiss. Mazza echoed similar sentiments, noting that since he doesn't have a family he can easily rely on, he feels that if he jeopardizes this bond, he'll be left alone, from Jason and others grieving the loss of Monica to Emma and Gio finally getting together. Here is a recap and all the spoilers from the General Hospital September 19th episode. Spoiler-filled recap for what happened on General Hospital on Friday, September 19th, 2025. Lulu finds a crash and calls Chase. Lulu came across a white pickup truck that had crashed by the side of the road. She quickly called for help, telling dispatch someone was inside but unresponsive. When Chase arrived, firefighters worked to free the man while Chase questioned Lulu. She explained she hadn't seen anyone else at the scene and only glimpsed the obscure driver. Chase reassured her she did everything right as the victim was taken to the hospital. Liz and Lucas react to Monica's death. At the hospital, Liz told Lucas that Britt was tied up in a meeting with Terry and Portia. Suddenly, Liz read the devastating news online that Monica had passed away. Shocked, Liz recalled that Monica was once Jake's first art customer. Lucas admitted the hospital would never be the same without her. Danny confronts Drew about Scout. Danny visited Drew, asking to see Scout. He insisted Scout needed her family and accused Drew of keeping them apart out of spite. Drew pushed back, blaming Danny's recklessness on Jason's influence. Danny hit back, saying their mom would be heartbroken over Drew's actions. Later, Liz told Drew about Monica's death, leaving him devastated. Gio finds Outback and kisses Emma. Emma, Charlotte, and Rocco brainstormed ways to find the missing dog, Outback. Meanwhile, Molly discovered Outback's owners online, but Cody hesitated to contact them. When Gio later asked Cody about the missing dog, Cody finally reunited Gio and Outback. Later, Emma found Gio celebrating with Outback at the stables, and